Buenos dias, ladies and gentlemen. So it's 11:11 right now, and basically, I kind of want to record this video to just run through my plan for this year and just show you guys, how I plan the year, right, in order to achieve goals. Because people love to plan shit, right? They love to set big goals, but what tends to happen is that by February, like what, 90% of people just forget, their goals, or they just give up on it. So, my situation right now, and basically, let me run you through exactly what I'm gonna do, right? So I've nicknamed this part of my life as the reset, which I think is really fucking cool. And what you want to do is, before you even set a goal, you should have like a 10-year vision in mind. And for mine, let me just run you through what it kind of looks like for me. Right, at age 27, I'm essentially the James Bond of the business world. Right, I run a business that makes about 7 to 8 figures a year in revenue and at least 7-figure profit every year. And I make money in two ways: coaching young entrepreneurs and running an agency that help clients win and change their lives. And I'm viewed as a marketing genius who gets the absolute best results for my clients, blah 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 blah. So you want to list in like excruciating detail exactly, you know, what your life looks like. And you can kind of break your life down into self-management, health, what it looks like, relationship. I'm not gonna go into that. And then development as well, right? And basically, you want to list down this vision very, very clearly. So, I don't want to run this through. Fuck it. You know what? Let's just run it through. So, basically, in the future, I want to have a huge audience online because I think it's really cool, and be a role model really for young aspiring entrepreneurs. I live in Singapore. Hopefully, by that time, I have a girlfriend or wife. My life looks clean. I'm basically in a Hormozi style power dynamic with my partner, and my inner circle consists of a very tight group of male entrepreneurs. I'm very financially abundant, secure, and generous. I can retire my parents. That's like a huge goal of mine as well, and provide just absolute safety for them, for my sister, whatever, right? And basically just live like a dream life, right? This is actually like a dream life for me, honestly. And my main joy should come from just my work, transcending myself, traveling whenever I want, right? And having my girlfriend as a business partner. In terms of like spiritual strength, what that looks like is having a very strong purpose that gives my life meaning. And my role model is KJ Winnie, because this motherfucker here is so onto God, bro. His faith is so strong, and I really, really like that. In terms of mental strength, definitely anxiety and overthinking is a huge one for me. Like right now, I'm really fucking struggling with insomnia. So hopefully that is gone by then. Role model for this is, of course, Papa Hormozi. In terms of body strength, right? Hopefully, in 10 years, I weigh 68 kg and I'm ripped as fuck. Right now, I'm pretty decent, right? I'm very skilled and I can fight. In terms of how I operate executively, very high level. I find old beliefs are limiting my growth, invert them, and attain a new and improved identity. So this is how my basic day looks like. In terms of health, basically I'm just like amazing, essentially. And you want to be extremely detailed with this, which is the main point of this, right? It's gonna change definitely, but yeah, get as detailed as possible. For relationship, let's skip that. Or no, I'm gonna get fucking joked on by you guys if you guys do see this. And then development. Basically, I want to be an insane storyteller and marketer. I have Hormozi level business thinking and I can go viral easily. That would be amazing, right? And these are like my main skill stack. So these are like, I think Alex Becker mentioned this, like as long as you're good at these three things, the other one is product market fit, then you are like good to go. And so what is the plan for this year then? So after you have this huge vision, what you want to do is you want to take this huge vision that you have for your life and then just look at it and ask yourself, okay, what do I need to do this year to improve my chances of reaching this 10-year goal? And so this is my 2026 plan. And I've broken it down into 4 distinct phases. Right, as you know, I'm going to drop out. Hopefully my parents in hearing that. And so what I need to do in January to February is really just get 10k in cash, because that is the money I need in order to essentially move out if I need to, right, and sustain myself for a period of time. So I need my main goals in January are to secure 10k in cash and get 2 more clients for 5 to 8k each. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First of all, phase 1, Jan 1st to March, is financial independence. So the objective of this first phase is to secure 7 to 10k liquid cash in my personal bank account. And the focus here is still skill more than money, over money, to deliver the best results for Nasser, to secure like 2 more clients from him, hopefully, for like 8k each. So that would be an easy 16k, hopefully, and then hyperlearn as much as possible. I'm gonna fuck. Okay, y'all probably saw that, but whatever, let's run with this. Basically, in terms of school, you know how it's gonna go. I don't really give a fuck right now, to be honest. Like, I just have to be in school for Jan and February, and then we see how things go. And I also need to open my own account, so I have that financial security. And in terms of like IPPT, I just need to do like get a 61 point to like avoid silver or gold. I don't want to be put into any, you know, advanced military training or whatsoever. I just want to get to NS, serve as quickly as possible, and then just get out, right? Admin work would be the best, but like 30 push-ups in 60 seconds. Yeah, you know how it goes, man. And then phase 2, this is the exit. Now this is the part where I'm probably gonna shit my pants. Basically, I have to drop out of school. Yeah, this part is the part I'm really nervous about. I have to secure housing, which either is gonna come from my friends, and probably get some roommates. It's like I thought through this really thoroughly. Like there's this amazing mental model that you can play with, which is called thought experiment. So mostly fear exists in the specific, not the vague. And when people fear things such as, you know, oh, what if I ask out, or what if I drop out of school, what if I do this or do that big thing, it's because they are really afraid of the general vague idea of what's going to happen. But when you narrow it down very specifically, it gets much, you know, less scary. For instance, when I ask myself, okay, if I drop out of school, what exactly would need to happen? First of all, I need to walk downstairs. I need to go into my parents' room, sit both of them and tell them that I'm dropping out of school, tell them in a humble and respectful way. Okay, and what happens if they kick up a fuss, which they probably will, they get really, really angry, and my dad basically threatens me with this or that, and might even want to hit me. Okay, then I probably need to leave the house. What if he tries to stop me? Do I have the physical capability to stop him from making me leave the house? Yes, I probably could. So worst case scenario, I'll need to fight my dad, leave the house, find a place outside, and basically you just walk yourself through this scenario and you see that, okay, it's really not that scary. Like, you won't die, which is the main thing. And so, obviously I need to get my own phone plan as well once I'm 18, which is why this is anchored in March. And break the news to my parents, obviously. And just talk to the school. And from like March to June, this is where I generate a fuckload of cash for clients. Like, I've been dreaming about this moment since, not dreaming about dropping out, but dreaming about having like just a period of pure fucking focus where I just sat down in a room, just doing my thing. I've dreamt this for so long, but because of school, other commitments, immersion trips, holidays, I've not been able to do so, which is really annoying. At this stage, I have just 3 months probably, but I'll get as good as possible and I generate a fuckload of cash for clients. And my routine will look something like work, eat, gym, work, sleep, repeat, and nothing else. But I also have to ensure that my mental health is stable so that I can work. At this stage, I'll probably be working about 12 to 16 hours a day. Probably something like that. Obviously taking 1 day off, right, every single week, or not you'll burn out very easily, as I've noticed. And this is obviously anchored with the NS thing, because I'm not going to complain about NS. I don't be put into jail, but like essentially these are like the viable windows at which I should drop out. That's like the best for me, and so March seems to be the best thing to do. Okay, so this essentially is my entire roadmap for this year, and this is how my year is going to pan out. Let's see. Okay, and right now my nervous system is like completely fucked because of, you know, the debt, the anxiety that I'm in right now. And I wrote this last night when I couldn't sleep, and I was just analyzing, you know, why I really couldn't fucking sleep, which is annoying. Like right now, let me tell you how bad it is. Like, I would lay in bed and my mind would just instantly start racing for like about like 2+ hours, man. And the worst one I remember, it just happened like a few days ago. I got into bed at 8 p.m. and I couldn't sleep until like fucking 2 a.m., bro. So this first week essentially is just fixing my sleep, because from this week onwards, meaning tomorrow, I'm starting to go hard. So this week, I just let my body fully rest. I let myself essentially sleep at 8 p.m. I try to get into bed at 8 p.m. and I just wake up whenever I want, which seems to be around the 7 a.m., 8 a.m. mark, right? So 11, 12 hours of sleep on a good day. But the reason why I can't sleep, and I wrote this out as well, is because of a nervous system problem, basically, right? My body's just flooding me with cortisol and adrenaline because it senses that I have no safety right now. First of all, it's just the responsibility that I have, or because I'm someone who takes radical responsibility for my actions, and going to debt obviously is my fault, and that has been something that's plaguing me a lot. Obviously, there's shame-based identity stuff that's happening right around losing this much money, around failing. Honestly, I wouldn't even see it as a failure. I think it's just part of the process. And there's a fear of productivity, right? If I don't sleep today, then tomorrow I'm going to be less productive, etc. And lastly, there's dopamine withdrawal, which is I've completely cut out any forms of YouTube in order for work to be the most stimulating thing I do. And when you do that, you're going to have some withdrawal syndromes, right? Just like when you quit drugs or something, it's going to be physiological symptoms. It's going to be there. And so right now, I'm really struggling with sleep. I expect this to be a problem until I've secured my first 10K. Which I mean is cool, you know, this is going to be a great story to tell. But essentially, this is my entire plan for this year. In terms of skill, because this is everything that matters, right? You can have everything. The one lesson I really learned is that it doesn't matter how much fucking money you make. Like, right now, I can just restart everything, plunge myself into debt again, and easily make like fucking 20, 30K a month. But what's the fucking point, right? It's not gonna last. The thing is that with how the market currently is right now and where it's heading towards in the future, it's going to be it's going to be based heavily on trust. Like, how much value have you created in the marketplace, and how much trust do your people in your niche give to you. And so if you're not creating value for your marketplace, you are going to fail no matter what, right? There's this Benjamin Graham quote or something: in the short term, market is a weighing machine, in the short term is a voting machine, the long term is a weighing machine. So it's a lesson learned the hard way, I guess. But the one skill I really need to master this year is storytelling. Essentially right now I'm in phase 1, but this has like really jumbled a lot, and my plan is kind of fucked up right now, because I know that the painful work that I need to do that will really drive me towards my goal. It's just, and I wrote it here as well, so I don't know whether you can see this. I don't think you can. It's just outreach, writing free value, sales calls, and fulfillment. And like, I shouldn't bother with anything else, right? Make sure my cam is okay. But yeah, let me go figure out how that would look like. So that's my plan. This has been a really long, dragged out video. But again, to set some expectations, this YouTube channel is meant to be shit. It's meant to be me just spilling out whatever I think. It's meant to be fun for me. I don't give a fuck whether you watch this or not, honestly. Like, there's probably going to be a lot of memes or skull stuff that's going to come out from this channel. But I don't really care. I think it's a nice thing to look back on. And so yeah, I'll do these videos like probably once or more than once every week if I want to yap about things. Let's just see our progress. That's all, man. Peace.